Like we all know, there's only one movie to talk about. First of all, it's the only movie opening up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, there's a reason for that.
Oh, for
I mean,
sure.
It's Star Wars.
Right.
And after the May we've had with Infinity War.
Oh, yeah.
And then Deadpool 2, which I finally got to see.
Ah, oh,
Very happy with it.
good.
My only complaint was that it wasn't subtitled Electric Boogaloo.
So Greg and I,
Yes.
we went to the movies together.
Yes, we did. We had a good time,
Yeah,
didn't we?
It was fun. It was
Ah.
fun. It was awesome. I have had such a hard time not talking about it.
Oh, yeah?
Such a hard time. Well, because my boys and husband are totally into Star Wars. I mean, that was the first movie we ever showed the kids when they were 2 years old, literally. Star Wars. And they sat through the whole thing. Attention span. Amazing.
That movie
Oh, that's
does that.
great.
Right.
what my
So
uncle
now
did to me when I
they've
was
been that
4.
for Halloween, and their birthday parties have been themed. Like, my house is inundated with Star Wars everything.
Oh, yeah.
So to come home and be like,
It doesn't change as they
I'm like,
grow
don't
up.
even look at me. Don't even and then you were trying to get me to spoil.
Oh, no, because I had heard already.
Oh,
so I
he
wanted to
knows
confirm.
You
everything.
heard
Ian
some
knows
bad
everything.
Stuff. You got misinformation.
I don't believe so because I got it confirmed from this guy.
The new movie is out now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And it talks about Han Solo, how he got his start, even how he got his name. I mean, that was
Yeah.
actually pretty interesting.
It's all part of the demystification, though, of the whole Star Wars. The whole point they're making this movie is this is like the midichlorians thing in the prequels. Like, I don't need to know what the Force is or how it works.
That's not how the Force works.
Yeah, so like to give us why he's Han Solo, why that's his name. Like, again, they're just kind of these are questions that I never needed answered that they're answering.
Right? And honestly, that was my issue with The Last Jedi, was that they weren't answering the questions I wanted answers, and they basically were just like, well, you were thinking about this for 2 years,
Agreed.
forget these
Right.
answers,
Yeah.
we're going to give you new questions. Well, they're not even. They basically did a soft reboot.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much, and I will probably see it again and maybe multiple times. But just I wanted more tie-in, more past characters. Like, I want everything to connect. I love that. That gets me excited.
Yeah,
All
which
right.
is why the freaking Last Jedi was such a disappointment.
I,
save it
right?
for
No.
the
I,
kinkies out.
I agree.
Right. Because they didn't tell us
So, like,
everything they
maybe
promised they were going to tell us,
7.
even in the commercials.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's actually generally what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah.
It's 70-something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I say, I mean, it's interesting. It was fun, to watch. Is it the greatest one that you're ever going to see? No.
There's no way I'll be more
But-
angry than Last Jedi. There's no way. It's literally impossible.
It's an anger scale for Ian.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was telling.
How
I
angry
was
were
telling
you?
I was on a scale of 1 to 10, 15. The prequels I understand they're not up to snuff with
Right,
the originals,
right.
but they didn't anger me because those movies, regardless of how bad you think they are. They build on the lore of the characters, and they
Right.
build on the lore and the mythology of everything except for the midichlorians. Besides that, they build on the lore of everything, and it's stuff you want to see. I've been reading the book since I was a kid, so to see Mustafar was amazing.
Yeah.
To
Right.
see this, to see that, and getting rid of the extended universe, I can live with that.
Right.
And JJ did a masterful job, I think, of bringing us back into feeling the Star Wars
Right.
universe. Because above anything else, I think The Force Awakens felt like a Star Wars movie.
That it did.
I'm scared to tell you this. I like The Last Jedi.
Scoot over.
Hey,
I gave it an A-, and I liked it more than Force Awakens. I actually was slightly disappointed in Force Awakens, and then I loved Rogue One.
Rogue One was great.
I thought Rogue One was fantastic.
Now let me ask you
Yeah,
though:
yeah.
is the reason you liked the Last Jedi over the Force Awakens because the Force Awakens felt to a lot of people that it was more of the same, and the Last Jedi was kind of breaking the Star Wars mold? Because that's the big thing I have heard from a lot of people who like the Last Jedi is that they liked that it was subverting a lot of the tropes that they'd done for decades.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of all of that. I think that The Last Jedi was cool in the sense that I appreciated the fact that they were trying to push it in a different way. Like it's the absolute opposite of Solo, which is complete fan service. That's why any fan of Star Wars is going to love Solo, because I think, like you said, it's just an adventure. It's set in the Star Wars universe. It has all these characters. It's very safe feeling.
Okay.
The Last Jedi was very unsafe. They took a lot of chances, and even if I didn't like them all as a fan, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan too. I kind of respected the them trying to take it in a new direction, even if some of the choices they made weren't the ones that I would have done.
Fair enough.
Force Awakens, I felt, was more of a remake of New Hope than anything else.
In real life, though, let me ask you: in real life, when something doesn't work,
Right.
most people, just make it bigger and better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's add some more bells, whistles.
You
It's
know?
got to make it.
So-
And J.J.
Rogers
Abrams
is
is the
the
man. I mean, he's
He
totally the
really,
man.
really
His
is.
Star Trek reboot
I don't
is.
even like Star Trek, and I
Yeah.
love those movies.
Oh, same here.
It was just brilliant, though. I thought the Star Trek. Are we allowed to talk about Star Trek on a Star Wars?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, go right ahead. 'Cause we're going to talk
You
about.
don't- yeah.
Sacrilegious.
You need to like both,
Because
really.
Ian and I are going
Right.
to talk about The Office as usual.
If I haven't killed you for saying you like The Last Jedi, you're good.
I'm good. I'm safe. It's all safe from here.
Mm-hmm.
The Force Awakens was kind of more of the same. And I'll be honest, are we allowed to spoil that movie that's been out long enough?
I think
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're
So-
past
You even have
it
the
at this
poster.
point,
The first time I watched
we
it, I
have.
was as mad as you were about Last Jedi because
Really?
all I wanted to see was Mark Hamill. And I
that
kept
was my
saying to
favorite.
Oh, yeah.
myself, I enjoyed Force Awakens much more the second time I saw it.
The fact that we didn't get Luke, Leia, and Han on screen together,
Yes.
never will get the opportunity
right.
again.
Not cool.
Not
That's
in real
definitely
life,
my
right.
one big thing about that movie.
Yep, absolutely. And I thought that it was on my head the whole movie. I'm just watching the movie. I'm like, where's Mark Hamill? Where's Mark Hamill? Halfway
Right.
through, I'm like, oh my God, Luke might not be in it. Then I'm like,
yeah.
at the end, I'm like, oh my God, he's in it finally. And then he doesn't talk, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you gotta be
Yeah.
kidding me.
Well,
It's crazy.
apparently, originally
It was pretty cool though when he was in it.
That
Felt like
was,
it was
Oh,
very
yeah.
relevant.
And then
they
they go to
saved
The
it,
Last
and it was a good
Jedi.
payoff.
Right.
I loved it so much more when I saw it.
Literally throw it off the cliff. Like,
Yeah, he just totally rewrites it. I almost, in a way, wish that they would have just gave J.J. Abrams the whole trilogy. But
because he obviously set up things he wanted to touch on later on, like
Yeah.
the Knights of Ren and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Where were the Knights of Ren in The Last Jedi? Were they
Yeah.
going to buy a new freaking Death Star? Like, what, where were they? You know?
Right.
Like,
they were on a Kessel run.
Yeah,
They were.
And we also found out about the Kessel
The
Run
Ke-
in
Oh,
Solo.
that's
We
awesome.
finally
And
find out what it's
I'm
all
just pumped
about.
we get to see it.
I like how they introduced Chewbacca in the
Maybe.
movie. Greg,
That
did
was
you
kinda
like
cool.
that?
Yeah, I
How
did.
Chewbacca's entrance
Scruffy nerf
was,
herder, yeah.
it was pretty awesome. Like that part, because who doesn't love Chewbacca? Like if
Everyone.
you don't like
Everybody.
Chewie, you don't like Star Wars.
Check out MovieShowPlus.com to watch this episode online and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel.